It was a beautiful chilly morning on 10th March 2018 in Ntwapan. As usual, I did the morning chores in my single-room house in Tomotoni village. Later on, I took a bath, dressed up, and took a long walk to the office. I arrived at the office at around 8 a.m. As I was about to settle in my well-made, polished, dark wooden table located near the main entrance, a barefooted, slim, short-haired young girl dressed in an oversized tattered dress, commonly referred to as dera, walked in. Her dress was stained in blood around her private parts. Tears were rolling down her cheeks while she was quivering. She looked helpless, broken, and devastated. The sad state of this young girl quickly turned the office environment into a tense and gloomy mood. Myself, I was startled. I sprang out of my chair and quickly walked towards her and asked, "Uko na nini?" The only reply I got from her was a despairing shrill cry, making the conversation not possible. I swiftly took her into a closed room, but she was still crying so hard that she couldn't speak. It took me over 1 hour to calm her down so that we could have a talk on what had transpired on that fateful morning. I found out that her name was Kache, 12 years old, and she had been defiled by her own uncle. Her uncle had been repeatedly defiling her, and she could not confidently stand up and raise her voice against sexual abuse. I felt a sharp pain in my heart, empathizing with her terrible experience that she had gone through at that early age. Together with my colleagues, we took her to the Mtwapa Health Center to seek medical services and later referred her to police station for reporting the criminal offense perpetrated by her uncle. I called my boss, Mr. Benjamin Katana. "Sir, can we take some money from the administration account to facilitate Kati's relocation back to her grandparents and help her pursue justice?" He replied, "No, I'm sorry, this is not possible because there are not any resources available to support her." I could not continue with the call. I felt life was floating away. Nonetheless, we made sure that Kachi was admitted in a rescue center where she could get food, shelter, psychological support, and a conducive environment for her growth and development. When I arrived back at the office, I sat at my desk, staring out the window as the sun began to set. I was completely zoned out. All that I could hear was Katya's cries, and the images of blood stains on her dress kept lingering in my mind. And I thought to myself, yeah, Steven, what positive change could you bring in her life? Nothing. Yet the organization motto is Youth for Positive Change. This made me feel as angry and powerless, and God bears me witness, I hate being powerless. How many catches are going to face defilement in Mtwapa? And this made me vow to myself that I will dive into resource mobilization for the organization. One day I came across a call for proposal, and I thought to myself, this is my time to act. I dedicated my entire weekend working on the application, perusing literatures, surfing online material so that I could develop a quality application. I came across proposal jargons, for example, outputs, inputs, overall impact, specific objective, indicators. Name it. I had no idea how to respond, so did my colleagues. I recall asking my colleagues, "Do you know a log frame?" Surprisingly, no one knew. I was almost giving up only to learn that I was invited by DSW to take part in a resource mobilization capacity development training. My heart was stamping. I could not sleep that night. During the training, I kept wondering, are these the things that I thought were difficult? It dawned on me that I was trying so hard to get calls for proposals, yet there are free websites that publishes them regularly. We learned different avenues to explore for financial support, which is crowdfunding and cooperative funding. It is not about securing grants alone that we learned. We were equipped with donor relationship management skills. My favorite part was learning about websites where we could get calls for proposals immediately they are released, ebooks and sample of successful proposals. This has improved our confidence in producing quality proposals that attracted funding from different donors. We are boasting of two new projects from Search for Common Ground worth 12,500 US dollars and the Children Rights and Violence Prevention Fund worth $150,000. I feel very confident now when it comes to developing log frames since I have now become the go-to person for grant writing in our organization. Smiles are written all over the face when I see the word youth for positive change, making me proud that I fulfilled the mission. We have established 4 safe spaces in Twapa area to build girls' confidence and champions against sexual abuse. My grandfather once told me, ukigwira mhoho mkono naye andaza akugwire ukikala mtumia. This means that building youth ability to mobilize resources is important in sustaining social economic development. My call to all is capacity build youth organization on resource mobilization for a sustained response to sexual and gender-based violence.